Hello, viewer. Thank you for returning to ROAD TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 657. The category is the Autumn Trivia Challenge. This is number 19. The ATC Challenge is 21 questions. It's got 20 regular and then a question 21 tiebreaker at the end of the video if you need that. All the questions come from random categories with various levels of difficulty. Thank you for watching and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. Who was the President of the United States when Meriwether Lewis and William Clark started their expedition to the Pacific Northwest? The answer is Thomas Jefferson. Question number 2. On October 4th, 1957, what was the name of the first successfully launched satellite that entered Earth's orbit, thus beginning the space age? The name of that satellite was Sputnik 1. Question number 3. In what popular children's book from the 1920s by Watty Piper about self-confidence features a machine that often repeats, "I think I can"? The answer is The Little Engine That Could. Question number 4. It was originally called Memphis Recording Service, sharing the same building with a record label business. What is the name now of the combined business where Elvis recorded his first song in 1953? It is called Sun Studio. Question number 5. The term stems from the Latin words meaning all or everything and to devour or eat. What type of organism eats both plants and animals? The answer is omnivores. Question number 6. What are the first 5 words of the 19th century patriotic song that is sung to the tune of the national anthem of Britain, God Save the Queen? We're looking for the American song. That can be confusing. The first 5 words are My Country, 'Tis of Thee. Question number 7. It can lead to anemia, debility, exhaustion, spontaneous bleeding, pain in the limbs, and especially the legs, swelling in some parts of the body. What is the name given to a vitamin C deficiency? The answer is scurvy. Question number 8. Hawaii and Tahiti are a couple of more than 1,000 islands scattered over the central and southern Pacific Ocean island group called what? The name of that group is Polynesia. Question number 9. At over 36,000 feet deep, what is the name of the trench, the lowest place on Earth's surface, located in the Pacific Ocean? That is called the Mariana Trench. Question number 10. What was the name of the mythological Norse god who was a master of wisdom, magic, and poetry, as well as the chief god of slain warriors, who Wednesday is named after? The answer is Odin. or sometimes called Woden. Question number 11. Stretching back about 1,500 years, what popular national sport originated as a religious ritual that was performed in Shinto shrines? The sport performed in Shinto shrines is sumo wrestling. Question number 12. A son of Zeus, what is the name of the powerful Greek mortal who was made a god after he completed 12 seemingly impossible tasks? The answer is Hercules. Question number 13. What is the name of the great explorer who, on his attempt to find a northwest passage between the Pacific and the Atlantic, was killed in Hawaii? The answer is James Cook. Question number 14. In the Bible, after he confessed that he would lose his strength if his head were shaved, what was the name of the person responsible for cutting off Samson's hair? The answer is Delilah. Question number 15. What English mathematician and physicist was born the same year that Galileo died and who anticipated the calculus of variations and discovered the law of universal gravitation? The answer is Isaac Newton. Question number 16. Molecules composed of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen comprise the most common form of sugar found in plants. What is this form of sugar called? The answer is glucose. Question number 17. The Khmer Rouge was a brutal regime that ruled Cambodia under the leadership of what Marxist dictator from 1975 to 79, which ultimately led to the death of more than 2 million people? The answer is Pol Pot. Question number 18. What is the last name that works for a Wimbledon champion, a blues guitarist, a Canadian Prime Minister, and an author of horror stories? The last name that works for all those people is King. Question number 19. In Egyptian mythology, what was the name of the god who was the husband of Isis and the god of vegetation, as well as the god of the dead? The answer is Osiris. And question 20. In 1290, after the death of his wife Beatrice, this Italian poet began studying philosophy. What is the name of the author of the Divine Comedy? The answer is Dante. His last name's Alighieri, Dante Alighieri, something like that. If you said Dante, you're correct. Dante wrote the Divine Comedy. And that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Road TRipVIA. Let me check real quick. Yep, tomorrow we'll be doing ATC number 20, and then we'll have a quick break. It's my little brother's birthday on October 20th. Episode 659 will be Abraham trivia, and that'll be 20 questions about famous people, movies, music, places, stuff like that with the name Abe in it, which is always a fun one. I've done one for my two older brothers, Joshua and Nicholas. My little sisters don't have names that really work for this, and actually Abraham was very difficult. I was going to do 21 questions. I could barely come up with 20, and those 20 were tough because apparently Abraham is not a very common name. So if you want to study a little bit, in 2 days we'll be doing Abe trivia, and I'd be surprised if you got more than 5 or 6. Anyways, that's in 2 days. Right now we're worried about the ATC number 19, that's today, and question 21, the tiebreaker for today, is this. These absolute monarchs ruled Russia from the 16th century until the Russian Revolution. By what general name were these emperors known? So not the family name. What were the name of the emperors of Russia? The Russian name for an emperor or a king is a Tsar. It's spelled C-Z-A-R-S or T-S-A-R-S, depending on where you're from. I think England spells it with a T, but in America they're known as Tsars with a C. That's the name in Russia for an emperor, a Tsar. And that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Check back tomorrow. We'll have another 21 question random trivia quiz as we continue on with the Autumn Trivia Challenge.